something after the fact. They called a foul on Hall, so she has 2. They counted the bucket. It must have occurred after the shot. So it's 54-45, 9-point lead for Azusa. Here's Light with the ball. Kicking it inside, great pass by Bila. Couldn't hold on though, but a foul.
And that's the case where the aggressive play really worked. She had, the confidence to make that pass in hard, and though it didn't result in the basket, it did result in a foul. And that's what Freed needs, because when you're trailing by 9 with under 3 minutes to go in, or in that instance, you want, as I've always called it, the free points. You want to get those points without the clock running, because right now the clock is their enemy.
That was the 3rd foul on Williams, 17 fouls, so 1-1. Beeler's good. So chance to cut it back down. Now to 8. Let's see if they can get it down to 7. Still plenty of time for Freed. Can't make many mistakes. And if you're Azusa, you've got to protect the ball. No more turnovers. 12 in this game.
Well, like
free throw up. Too strong. Rebound by Williams.
With Bowler, that was a good job on her part, too, to get herself open right underneath the basket. That's a tough pass to catch when you're trying to hold the defender off of you as well. But she did well on executing, and she got to the 3-point line and got points up on the board, and that's what matters at this point.
Great dive by Hall to save that, but now thrown over her head. Turnover, number 13 on the Azusa Pacific, and that leaves the door open with 8-point lead. Freed Hardeman mounting a chance.
And you sensed a little bit of panic on Azusa's part. They did not need to push the ball that fast, but sometimes when you feel like a team might be coming back on you, you make faulty decisions, and that resulted in the turnover.
And that forced turnover by the defensive part is what they needed.
Here's a 3. Good!
Finally, there it is.
Taking the lid off the basket as far as 3-point shooting. Let's hope so. Freed needs it.
Down to 5. And that's not what Azusa needs. They need a bucket right here. Stop the momentum. Tough layup. No. Tipped around, rebound by Moore Porter, putting it up and gets the bank off the glass.
I'm not sure how she got that rebound right there. There were 3 Freed Hardeman players right there where she got the rebound, but somehow she managed to pull it down, be strong with it, and put it right back up for 2 points.
1 of 16 now, Freed from downtown. Cross court, hits another 3. No. Rebounded though by Beeler. No shot on the floor, but so they'll shoot 1-1.
That's a tough call for Freed right there. They really needed those two free chances. But, if Beeler's able to make the first, then she can convert. And that's exactly what Freed needs. They've got to cut the lead now. They're running out of time.
Well, right now, clock is stopped. So.
And that was only the first foul on Bird. Free throw on the way. First one on the 1-1. In and out. You need those if you're Freed. Good job by Moore Porter getting that rebound. And we've got a timeout called by TJ Hardeman. We'll take one this time as well. 1:37 to go. 56-49. Azusa Pacific on top. You're watching the NAIA on Jump TV.
With 7 minutes 40 seconds in the second half, and the NCAA tournament, California is 11-63-36, and 13 minutes 20 seconds in the second half. Maryland beats Azusa 61-50.
Critical junction for both teams right here. Azusa Pacific needs to control the basketball. No more turnovers. 13. Freed Hardeman, they need a defensive stop. Down by 7 with 1:37 to go. And they finally, Thomas, got one to fall from outside. 1 of 17 now from 3-point land.
And you really could sense the relief on Freed Hardeman's part, because the threes are so much more important than they even were in the beginning of the game, because they've got to cut the lead and fast.
Here we go. Hill with the ball, driving. Decides to slow it back down. Now Freed's got to hold him here, down to 10. And almost a steal by Beeler. She goes down on her feet. Moore Porter has to put it up with 5. No. Rebounded, though, by Beeler. And Hall is hurting. She's limping down. She had a hard time. And exactly what Free needs, a defensive stop.
That was close. She almost traveled, but she